Back here on SportsLine, just heard from the Belmont women's team headed back to the NCAA tournament for the 6th time in 7 years. Not as good news for the Belmont men. A great season, 25 wins, 7 losses, including going down in the semifinals at the end of regulation Friday night against Morehead State in the OVC tournament. Morehead then loses a tight one to Murray State, who remained perfect on Saturday night. The Racers go back to the dance, but for Belmont, hoping, fingers crossed, for an NIT bid that they'll find out after the NCAA tournament selection show coming up on Sunday evening. But it was a tough game. Belmont got down big in the first half, rallied back, took the lead, lost it in the final minute. Had a final possession. Ben Shepard with a 3 that looked like it put him ahead, but there was a timeout called before it. So then they had to re-inbound the ball. Kind of a broken play. It ended up in the hands of Nick Musinski beyond the perimeter. And big Janai Broom, one of the leaders in the country in shot blocks, got his hand on that final shot. And Morehead State was able to hold on 53-51, handing Belmont its 7th loss of the season. Here was head coach Casey Alexander and the Bruins after that frustrating and disappointing finish.
Well, these moments are never any fun, that's for sure, especially with guys like this sitting up here with me when his chance to play in the NCAA tournament has come and gone. You know, it was a tough game. We knew it was going to be a tough game. There's no doubt about that. You never know what form or shape a game is going to take. You know, we quickly learned in this one that it was going to take the same shape as the last one that we played. And I thought our guys, handled it appropriately. We were never good. We were never in sync. But we played our guts out. Guys played through, a poor performance and gave themselves a chance to win against a really good team. I think that says a lot about the character of our group, the belief that they have, their desire to win, their competitiveness. You most of the time you need to play better to win a game against a good team, a game like this against a good team. And that's the lesson that we had. We still had our chances, came up empty a lot down the stretch. I'll take the blame for that. We had a lot of execution mistakes on the offensive end. It's one thing not to make shots or not score, but it's another thing to not execute and give yourself the best chance. So it had to be better there. But just live and learn with it. I hope we have more games to play. I think we should. We'll find out. But love our team. Disappointed for them. Disappointed for Belmont.
Questions here in the room first? Casey, kind of walk us through the last 10 seconds or so. When they gave the timeout, there seemed to be a response kind of on the sideline of where did that come from? I mean, did you call the timeout?
I was calling timeout to the referee right in front of me well before we even lost the ball. While we lost the ball, when we got the ball back, and when the pass was made, when he blew his whistle. So there shouldn't have been any problem knowing where the timeout came from. I bet I called it started calling it with 16 seconds to go on the clock. We had possession of the ball all but about 2 of those seconds. Tough. It's loud, but he's right in front of me. Referees are conditioned to call that. I mean, then it's not why we lost the game by any stretch. It's just one of those unfortunate things. But having 13 to 16 seconds in your arsenal, you can run a lot of stuff. Having 7 seconds left, you're pretty limited on what you can do.
Was the look you got close to what you were setting up for there at the end?
Well, we had 2 options. Set an up screen for Moose. I felt like he was open, but Grayson was the passer, and he's the best we've ever had making those passes, and he chose to throw it to Ben. They defended it well. They're really good defensively, and you got slim margin in that circumstance to get what you want. It's really hard to get what you want or anything easy for sure. When Ben didn't have the 3, he's got to put his head down, try to get it to the rim, and we weren't able to do that, so it ended up pretty junky.
This one's for Grayson. If this season is going to come to an end, what is next for you? You've had a great career at Belmont. What's next?
I'm gonna, hopefully take 2 weeks off to think about it. I do want to play professionally, whether it's working out when we get back home or what. But yeah, that's my goal, playing professionally.
Grayson, when you look back over the course of this season, do you really feel like you guys ever played as well as you were capable of consistently?
I would say, at the beginning of the year, I thought we had we lost the first game and then we went down and got punked at LSU. But I thought the Orlando tournament was great for us. We got on a stretch there. It was like 110 straight. Even though we, people would say we weren't playing our best ball, but, we're getting the job done, getting wins. But, I think towards the end of the year, shots weren't falling, but, we weren't thinking about it. We just needed to step up, shoot with confidence. And, if offense isn't working, kind of drop the ball like that. But I wouldn't say, we didn't reach our max. But I feel like we got the job done at times to win.
And Coach, what was it about Morehead State's defense? Both teams played great defense, especially you guys there in the second half. What is it about Morehead State's defense that just makes them so tough to win?
Well, several things. One, they've got really good size, physicality. That's hard to play against. They switch every screen 1 through 4, which is really unconventional and really tough on our offense specifically because we're a motion team that wants a lot of ball movement, player movement, and it's hard to get it reversed. It's hard to get into a flow that we like to play with a lot of speed and that sort of thing. Typically if it's to combat switching defenses, you try to get mismatches and you do a lot of isolation plays and things like that. And it's just not really how we play, so it's tough. But it's especially tough when we just aren't making any shots, and shots are tougher to